This is day 3 of our journey, and I shared yesterday about the 3 stages of maturity being little children, young men, and fathers. Well, I wanted to share how these 3 stages of maturity also coincide with 3 feasts of the Lord. The first one, the first feast, Passover, which is all about salvation. It's about the blood payment of the Lamb. It's about deliverance from the kingdom of darkness. If you go back and you read the Exodus story and then the things that are rehearsed at every Passover, it's very much about our initial being set free from the nature, our own upbringing in sin and being set free by Jesus, being born again with new life and being brought into his kingdom by the blood of the Lamb. It's all about our own salvation. The second feast that captures this journey of maturity is the Feast of Pentecost. When Jesus was baptized, on the day that he was baptized, when he came up out of the water and the Holy Spirit descended on him as a dove, it was a picture of that salvation, then entering into the baptism of the Holy Spirit. And immediately after that, he was led into the wilderness, and he had his own encounter with the evil one and overcame him. And that is pretty much what the second feast encompasses. It is we are told that we are to wait until we've received power from on high. And then that stage of Pentecost is a stage of learning to not live from my own life and my own strength, but transition into living from his life and his strength and his power, and me learning to be an overcomer by going through the growth of this stage and what we gain from our own personal Pentecost. But there's a third feast, and it comes after an extended time, the growing season in the summer. It comes in the fall, and it's one of the fall feasts. And it is the feast called Tabernacles. And it's really about a stage of abiding in his ways, abiding in the ways of the kingdom, rejoicing in the fruit that gets born from this stage. And so we're going to be looking at all 3 stages of our own personal journey and looking at how Christ fulfilled these 3 feasts and is still fulfilling them, not only completely for him, completely for the church, but how they are fulfilled in us personally, and we get to enter into what these 3 feasts brought us. So my question to you is, have you experienced the fulfillment of these 3 feasts in your life? Do you understand Passover fully? Do you understand what Pentecost was to bring us into? And have you ever considered what the Feast of Tabernacles is all about in your life? Think on these 3 feasts and consider where you are in your personal journey.